And here's one pretty incredible number. I am told, according to the National Women's Political Caucus, that we will have somewhere around 30 female mayors across Washington state in cities large and small. And that includes the state's largest cities, Seattle, of course, Tacoma, Everett, where that race in Everett still too close to call it this hour. And then in Vancouver in Southwest Washington, which just elected its first female mayor. But again, when you look at cities statewide, that number will be somewhere of at least 30. Moving to the state legislature, that also saw gains when it came to women in elected office. The number of women in the state Senate and state House is now more than 1/3, which is up over last year. The extremely competitive balance of power battle for the East Side's Legislative District 45 had 2 first-time female candidates. And overall, in King County, I'm told more than 40% of candidates were women. That's up from the normal average typically, and more than half of them won their respective races, and that includes Seattle's newest city council member, Teresa Mosqueda. The council will now have a supermajority of women, 6 members. So I asked the council member-elect Mosqueda what that means.
And I think it means that our democracy is beginning to reflect our community more and more. I also think it means that we come to council with the lived experience of either being a woman, a person of color, and the experience of being paid less on the job, experience retaliation based on our skin color or our gender. And these are issues that are facing our community right now. I think it means that we can get a lot done around equal pay, around protections in the workplace, and making sure that more of us as working families can afford to stay and live in the city and have greater shared prosperity.
And you'll hear more from Councilmember-elect Mosqueda there coming up at 5:30 in our first post-election interview. As you noted, there's also greater diversity across candidates as well as more women running. So the question that I still have to answer is this spillover from 2016 and new energy starting this year. What's sparked all these women to run?
Yeah, no, I think you can't underestimate the energy that did come from the women's marches around the country. Women feeling motivated to look at what they're seeing politically and saying, you know, why not me? Why don't I run? And that sort of on top of what we've been seeing in years past, where more and more women have been running anyways, and groups like Emily's List have been pushing more women to get out and run for public office.
And the number of firsts that we're seeing is pretty striking.
Yeah. So the question is now, how does this translate into different legislation and, you know, the negotiation of politics as well? So that remains to be seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Natalie.